Okay, for these next 4 problems, we're asked to identify whether the study is an observational study or if it's a controlled experiment. Now remember, in an observational study, what you are doing is you are observing. The people studied choose what to do. They are not told what to do. The people who are being studied, or the subjects or subjects study, get to choose what they do. While in a controlled experiment, the people studied, the subjects being studied are told what to do, are told or controlled to do something. Okay, what to do, as in which treatment group, what to do, or the treatment group. So the observational study, someone may choose to take vitamins on their own or not, and in a controlled experiment, the researcher tells them, you are going to take vitamins, and you over here are not going to take any vitamins. Okay, so I'm just going to read these and we will just briefly discuss. So 121 says, a student watches picnickers with a large cooler of soft drinks to see whether teenagers were less likely than adults to choose diet soft drinks over regular soft drinks. Okay, so the key here is that we are watching picnickers. Okay, and the what we are doing is we want to know the behavior of teenagers versus adults. Those are the 2 categories that we're interested in, and whether they drink soft drinks or not. Soft drinks or not. Alright, in this case, we cannot actually tell someone, you have to be a teenager, or you will have to be an adult, or you're going to start drinking soft drinks, or you're not. So this is an observational study. The next one says, medical records of people who live near high power lines are compared with medical records of people who do not live near high power lines to see whether people living near high power lines are more likely to have cancer. Okay, so we are people near power lines versus those not near power lines. Just write power lines. Okay, and we want to see basically development of cancer. Alright, so is this an observational study or a controlled experiment? So we have to ask, are we telling subjects or people we're studying that you have to live near power lines and you are not allowed to live near power lines? Or are we just observing people who happen to live near power lines and who don't happen to live near power lines? In this case, we're just looking, we're not telling people, we're not relocating people, and we're just watching what happens to people who live near power lines and those who don't. So this is an observational study. The next one, it says, researcher wonders whether the order in which people taste beverages influence their preferences. Students are told by the researcher to drink from 2 unmarked cups. The researcher assigns one group to drink Coke first and then Pepsi, and then the other group is assigned to drink Pepsi first and then Coke. And then they're asked whether they prefer the first or prefer the second. Okay, so one group is Coke, then Pepsi, versus Pepsi, then Coke. Okay, in this case, the subjects are assigned what to do. They don't really get to choose. The researcher just doesn't tell them and says, you're going to drink this one first and then you're going to drink this cup next. And so this is a controlled experiment. then the next one says patients with Alzheimer's disease are randomly divided into two groups. One group is given a new drug and the other group is given a placebo. After 6 months, they're given a memory test to see whether the new drug fights Alzheimer's better than a placebo. So we have drug versus placebo. And again, the key is that the subjects don't get to choose whether they're getting the drug or not. Subjects do not choose the treatment. Okay, in this case, the researcher is choosing to give either the drug or the placebo to someone, so this one is a controlled experiment.